morning. Well, we're back out here. We're going to take a look at the apron. It's been soaking overnight. It's probably been in here, I don't know. We left here probably 2 or 3 yesterday afternoon, and it's probably 10 or 11 in the morning the next morning. So what, 16, 18 hours, something like that. No, 12, 16 hours. Anyway, it's been soaking in here. I haven't looked at it, so we're going to see what it looks like. I did get the bottom of the apron painted. I'm sorry, the bottom of the carriage painted. And I'm probably going to flip it over and clean that off a little bit today. And depending on what the apron looks like, might put a good scrubbing on it and then go ahead and try to soak it again. You know, depending on what it looks like. Hell, it might come out good. Who knows? So anyway, let's get going. So let's get the crane hooked up here, or let's open up the bit water first. And we're going to swing over here and drop down. I tell you what, let me grab some gloves before I forget this. Be right back. Maybe a little humid. All right. Well, I can see the end of the knob is cleaned off. So, oh yeah, look at there. It's taking all that old paint off of there. Well, not really taking it off, but bubbling it up anyway. Oh yeah, look at that. There will be a little hand work on that. That's what I was saying. The original paint held very well, but the paint that they put on, I mean, you know, it just disintegrates right off of there. Lower it down a little bit. Yeah, the other one just disintegrates right off of there. Where's my brush? You know what? I think I'm going to let it soak a little while longer. I'm going to go ahead and hit the high spots right quick. Try to get all the old paint off of there and let it concentrate on some of that newer paint. I tell you what, it looks really good though. Yeah, we're going to let it soak some more. I tell you what though, it looks really, really, really good. I mean, most of the paint just falls right off. Especially down here. This hand wheel's another story though. That paint's on there a little better. I don't know if that's a different kind. They sprayed it, or they just did a way better job of cleaning it before they painted it, which could be too. Anyway, we're going to take it off. I'm pretty sure I'm going to polish that. I think it'll look pretty neat polished up. But when we take it out of here, at least I'm not having to deal with the grimy mess. I'll tell you what, let's raise it up and take a look at the bottom. See how good it looks. Or we might re-sling it a little bit and just get it looking a little different. The inside looks really good too. There's that wicking. It just it's falling apart, so probably gonna have to chase all that out. Teeth look really, really good. Very minimal looking wear. Oh, it's kind of grungy in here. There's some more of that wicking. That stuff is everywhere. So I might have to get up with McMaster car and get me some. I'll tell you what, let's re-sling this and have it more standing upright. So let's put it over here on the table right quick. And all I really want to do is get it stood up. So if I can just rotate this chain around here, that might be all I need to do. Anything under there get broke? Nope. So there's the back side. Oh, it looks good though too. Looks really good. Just needs to be cleaned. But most of it's come off, so. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can get this other camera over here. This is that wicking I was talking about. So, I don't know if they just put it up, packed it in there. So, we'll get some more ordered though. I know there was a pad in here, and I see there's an oil hole there. So that must be another place. So it's still kind of greasy. So I tell you what, we're going to put it back in there for sure. So let's put that over there. Give her a little bit of up. There we go. Camera down. We'll come back to you. So here's the back side. You know, before you couldn't even see the color of the back for all the grease and grime on it. But I think it's going to clean right off. Oh yeah, looky there. It's going to come off no problem at all. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and soak it. Just make it that much easier to take apart, so. Or that much easier to clean, I mean. So, like I said, it hadn't been but overnight, 12 hours or so. So I think we're going to stick it back in here and let it go for another, at least the rest of the day, maybe even tomorrow. What is today, Sunday? So I might pull it out after work tomorrow. And give it a good rinsing off and blow it off really, really good. And stick it on the table and see what we got to do to it. Let it dry. Come at it with a fresh mind. But it looks good. Get a different brush in there. And there goes a fire call, so let's see what we got to go to. Somebody's sick. Well, so we're going to cut this part of it short anyway. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I'm a volunteer firefighter, and you know, you run calls when you can, and I could this time, so I did. Anyway, that ambulance guy's got him on the boo-boo bus, and he's on his way to the hospital. So, you know, another call. Anyway, let's put this sucker back in the parts washer. It looks really, really good. Oop, there's a piece right there I'll probably brush off now. Might as well get some of the heavy stuff while I can. And I think what our game plan is going to be is we're going to put this back in the parts washer. Probably let it soak again till tomorrow. And then I'm going to take it out, rinse it off with some hot water, and blow it off and just set it to the side. And then I'm going to do a closer inspection of it. If it's not that hard to take apart, I see some, you know, caked on stuff in the back, you know, I think I might as well take it apart since we're going to all this trouble. So we'll do that, and then I can go ahead and get all the wicking ordered that I need for the right size. I filled up my Master Car cart with a bunch of felt, but I don't know if I need all that. So I got a little bit of every size, but you know, looking at it, I really don't think I'm gonna need but 3/8 and an 1/8. So I mean, it's very expensive, so I might as well order it too. You know, we'll decide when this is out. So let's put this sucker back in here. And we're going to try and keep it stood up this time. And then when the bubble happens, hopefully it'll aerate it enough to take all that stuff off of there. But it looks way better than it did yesterday. Let me spin it around. Maybe this camera can get a shot of the front. I mean, way better than yesterday. So I'm very, very happy with it so far. Let's see if we can get that thing off. There we go. I have a copper pipe layout in the bottom of it, and it's got a grid on top of it, kind of protect it, so you got to kind of drop it in between the stuff. So that's exactly where I want it. So chains in, ropes on. I'll get the crane back up out of the way. And swing that sucker over there. Close that down and give her some air. And then while I'm in here messing around every hour or so, like I said, we're going to come turn the air on it. So, alrighty. So that's the game plan. So let's see if we can get this sucker flipped over, and we'll see how much stuff I've got to sand on it. My wife ought to be home hopefully anytime. I figured she'd be here around lunchtime. So we might have to cut it short so I can spend some time with her. But other than that, let's get that cameras repositioned, and we'll get working on the carriage. All right, so we're back at the work table. That carriage is looking really, really good. Everything's scraped off. I've went ahead, like I put these in my McMaster cart along with the wicking. So this is the number 5, and then these two are the number 00s. So might as well get them ordered. Everything was clear and free on this. I went ahead and put the set screw back, or not a set screw. I don't even know what it is. Something to hold the wicking in? I don't know. Have no idea what that's for. I should have looked down it when we had the apron out, but oh well. So now we're gonna flip it over, and I'm trying not to hit that right there. So like I said, this thing weighs a ton, so make sure I got everything the way I want it. Yep. Ooh, booger. Oh, it looks pretty good. Dang, I wish I had the front out on this side. But this is what we're going to do for now. All right. I reckon we'll start on the back. We're definitely going to have to wire brush all this stuff. So, oh well, not my favorite thing to do in the world, wire brush cast irons, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So, let me see. Might as well do this side first. And there's those weep holes right there, or oiling holes for the cross slide. Pretty nice. It shows a little wear, but I mean, golly, 75 years old. I don't expect anything less. But it looks really good. I'm very, very, very happy with everything so far. So, let me get the angle grinder, and we're just going to hurry up and get this done. So, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We got my trusty DeWalt angle grinder. I actually love this thing. So it's going to take nothing to clean up. It's cleaning up really good. So we're going to continue doing this. All right, so I think I got it where I want it. Take those glasses off and switch over to something a little where I can see a little better. Well, maybe not these, but they're a little dirty. I contemplated, how far I wanted to sand some of it or grind some of this stuff down, and I decided just to make it smooth. It had some high spots and low spots in it. from look like tools dropping on it or parts dropping on it or just stuff dropping on it. And I decided just to, make the top smooth, try to just grind off the highest points, but I want to leave the character in it. So that's what we did. So now we're going to get our brake clean and start spraying it and getting rid of all the residue that's been left on it. I blew it off one time, and then I'm going to go over it with brake clean, and that just gets all the oils if there's any left. That Purple Power does a pretty good job of getting all the oils off of it. So, but we'll do this. And then we'll go ahead and paint it. And then what do we do? I reckon tomorrow, when I get off work, I'll come take that apron out. And this ought to be dry. We can move it back to the back shop. Or, we could go ahead and, I think we need a gantry crane. So I think I'm gonna move it to the back shop. That way we can go ahead and have time. I'll get the metal ordered, and we can build that gantry crane. And then we can use the crane to help assemble all this heavy stuff. Well, that sounds like a plan. Just made it up. So sounds like a plan to me, though. And I'm not worried about this back yet. We'll take it care of. That way, if I spill oil on it or drip oil down it, we'll just grind that back down flat then. So we got that. So now let's hose her down one more time. And then we'll air dry it off. My can's been empty, finally. Been using this sucker like non-stop for a while. All right, that's that. I'll get the air nozzle, get the air hose. I like to look at it too, because if you pick up any oil, that clear brake clean turns a color and you'll know you have oil. Probably doesn't sound good on camera though. Alrighty, so let's get to painting. So let's give this a stir, and we'll be putting paint on. So I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll bring you back when it's all finally painted. All right, I think that's it. I think I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put another coat on this. It's such a high wear item or high use item. You've always got your hands all over it. I'm going to go ahead and put another coat either later on today or tomorrow. So with that, I think we'll call this video a wrap. We'll get the apron out tomorrow and look at it. And if it looks good, then we'll take it out and let it dry out and drain it really good. Blow it off, and we'll set it on the corner of the table, and we'll see about taking it apart. We'll go ahead and get another coat of paint on this. So until next time, see ya.